What's up, YouTube? Alrighty, here coming at you with a backpacking food meal plan. I used this in Montana on my most recent bear hunt, and it was a truck camp, so it was a good time to experiment with what I can get by on food. So what I come up with, I've got her down to just a little over 1 pound per day. And this bag here has 2,240 calories in it, so I can keep my food in that 2 to 2,300 calorie range and keep it right at about a pound per day, maybe just a little more, with drink mixes and a thing of olive oil. So during that hunt, like I said, it was a truck camp, so we could have eaten whatever we wanted, but I tried to keep it mostly backpacking style meals just for this test. So everything I tried to use was my pot and stove set. This is the first time I got to use it in the mountains. It was the Optimus Terra HE pot kit. So the pot and the pan for the lid, and then the MSR pocket rocket. And going from a jet boil to this, and we were at about, I think we camped right at about 7,000 feet. Like I said, going from a jet boil to that pocket rocket, I was surprised how quickly that boiled water. Really surprised. So I'm really happy with it, and fuel wise I think it's going to be just fine. So the pot and cook set is going to be perfect, and I saved a ton of weight going to that over the system that I was using. And one of the other things while we're on cooking that I tried and I'd never heard of until I was watching like different meal plans and whatnot, what they're using on these Appalachian Trail hike-throughs. There's a ton of videos on that, and some of the stuff them guys use is crazy lightweight. But one of the things I found and had not heard of is freezer bag cooking. I suggest going and looking it up, but it's pretty simple. It is what it is. You're cooking in your freezer bags, and make sure they're freezer bags, a regular Ziploc. When you pour in that boiling water, the seams won't hold up. I haven't tried it, but that's the warnings everybody else said. So if you don't like cleaning up messes, doing dishes, maybe you don't have a ton of water around to do your dishes, whatever the case may be, I just don't like doing dishes. That's your solution. You're cooking, your whole mess is everything's in here, you're done eating, zip it up, put it in your trash bag, and you're done. I would pre-bag everything before I left home in the Ziploc. So your ramen noodles, whatever you're going to end up cooking in here, just put it in here when you leave. That'll cut down on weight and trash that you got to take back out. So like I said, the meal plan that I come up with that I'm going to use on my future backpack hunts, a little over a pound. This is 1.17 pounds. Everything is bagged up in a gallon Ziploc bag per day, so you don't have to calculate your calories or whatever. You just grab a bag and go. For breakfast, I was tired of cooking oatmeal and dealing with that mess early in the morning, so seen some videos on protein meal replacement type drinks for the morning hunt. So I thought, well, I'll give that a try, and it worked out really well. I got there's 300 calories in here. It's 2.5 ounces and 40 grams of protein. So that's more than enough for me in the morning. So what this is, it's a half a cup of quick cook oats, 1 scoop of whatever protein powder you want. This is chocolate Mountain Ops Magnum, and 2 tablespoons of PB2, that's that dried peanut butter. I take all that, put it in a blender, blend it all up so that the oats and everything are all blended up. You can't even tell, it just looks like protein powder. Get that all blended up and then bag it. These are the little snack size Ziploc baggies. So this is one day. I had just a regular shaker cup. My plans for backpack hunts, I've got my Nalgene with me all the time. So I'll just bring that little whisker ball that's in your shaker cups in the mornings, throw that in, shake it up, drink it, rinse it out, put your water, drink mix, whatever in it, you're ready to go. You don't have an extra cup. So that's what I plan on doing with that. Then also coffee. I had coffee in the morning, either right before or right after my protein drink. One thing I will try doing is just adding that. I use the Starbucks Via packets for coffee, for instant coffee. It's the best I've had. So I know a lot of guys don't like Starbucks, just the company in general, but I don't know, their instant coffee's good. One thing I'll try doing instead of making a different cup or whatever is just I'm gonna put it right in my protein drink and go that route, and then maybe have a warm cup with my snack or whatever, depending on if I'm packing that tent or the stove with me during the day. But the protein drink, that kept me. I was worried about I'd be hungry an hour into the hike or hunt, wherever you're heading, but it kept me full and did a really good job, and it was quick. So you don't have to wake up early and do your cooking and cleaning and all that. So snack, I just like bars, whatever bars you got, granola bars. I like these Lara bars. They're 220 calories. They're pretty good for you, and they taste. Every one I've had has been great. 6 grams of protein in them. So snack, sometime before lunch. Lunches, I tried a couple different things. Smucker's Uncrustable. They're pre-bagged little peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. I thought they were pretty good. After 3 days, I kept them. They were in a cooler, but I did do like a countertop test, and after about 3 days, the bread gets kind of funky, kind of hard. So I don't know if I would take them. Maybe they'd be all right for the first couple days, but I wouldn't want 7 days worth of them. Another thing that I liked for lunch is beef sticks and cheese. Any kind of hard cheese is going to be okay unrefrigerated, like cheddar, or something like that. I use cheddar. So I'll just take the beef sticks and the cheese, vacuum seal them. Same with the beef sticks, you want to get the ones that are sitting out at the grocery store, not the refrigerated ones. Vacuum seal them, and they're all good. For just one beef stick and one thing of cheese, it's 140 calories and 1.2 ounces. So I take 2 beef sticks, 2 cheese. An alternative for the Smucker's Uncrustables, I did, like I said, I put them on the counter and seen how long they'd last. And just a homemade peanut butter and jelly lasts longer and looks more appetizing. If you're worried about the jelly is the only thing that's going to be going bad. Peanut butter can sit out. Use peanut butter and honey. That's another good option. And you're looking at 200 and some calories, low 200s. So another snack, actually another option for lunch, for me anyway, I can get by with a granola bar and these Justin's peanut butter packets. Squish them around, spread it on your granola bar, and that's good stuff. Just one of these packets of peanut butter here is 190 calories, and these are 190 or 200 calories here too, so pretty high calories, and that would be just fine for me for lunch as well. just to mix things up. So another snack item, I would have usually a small snack between lunch and dinner. These RX bars, I've tried most of them. They're a little on the expensive side. You can get them when they're on sale or whatever, but you know, you're only going to buy a week's worth or so. And they're pretty good. And they have 210 calories in here, and it's only 1.8 ounces, so that's a good snack. They'll fill you up. They'll keep you full. So that worked out really well. And like I said, you know, it's all good ingredients, and I'm not too worried about what it is, and you'll see that on my dinner. So the Appalachian Trail through hike videos, I come across a delicacy called a ramen bomb, and it's ramen noodles and Idaho potatoes and whatever meat you want. These little Spam packets are money. They're good. So it's 210 calories in here, and you know, the calorie to weight, because it is, you know, it's not dried. It's a high water content meat. It's 210 calories. It's 2.5 ounces, but you know, it's good. You put it in here, and it's like ham and potatoes at home. But the ramen bomb, and I keep the you know, whatever the flavor packets are that you're gonna put in there, I keep them, and I put that in as well. But the Idaho potatoes will give you a good flavor too if you didn't want to use that. I don't know what that would do to your calories, how many calories are in that seasoning packet, but I use them, and I drink the broth. It'll be kind of thick from these potatoes, but if you haven't tried them, give it a try. It's good. So you just take your potatoes. I take a bag of the Idaho potatoes, and I split it in two. Put a half in here, put your ramen noodles in here, and I pre-bag everything at home so the ramens are out of the bag, ready to go. Dump your water in. Take your boiling water, dump it in, and when that's empty, you know, there's no water in it. I just took it, put it right back in the pan, put the lid on it, let it sit 5 minutes, and you're ready to go. After it's rehydrated, and I like it kind of soupy, you know, with potatoes in it. You don't want it too thick, or the ramens don't cook up that great, or they take a lot longer. After that's done cooking, break up your Spam or your tuna or whatever you're going to put in there. Break that up, put it in, and feast. Like I said, it's good. I've paid a lot more money for backpacking meals that are nowhere near as good. Sure, they're going to be a lot healthier for you, but I don't know. I can go 7 days eating ramens and not die. So, so that's what I did, and it worked good. The freezer bag cooking, that's money. You don't have to do any dishes. Like I said, I hate doing dishes. So, the protein breakfasts, that's money, and throw in whatever you want for snacks. I also have a couple options over here, you know, different things. These little Lipton soup, cup of soup packets. Them are good, you know, for lunch. If it's cold out, you want a little bit more for lunch. There's not a whole lot of calories in them. It's only, I think it's 70 calories in one of these, but it'll fill you up. You know, just the other half of the Idaho potatoes, there's 240 calories in a half a bag of them. So, you know, if you didn't want to mix your ramens in them and you just wanted this and some ham, you know, whatever. You know, these little peanut butter packets, I got them off Amazon. They're fairly inexpensive, but it's a good way to take your peanut butter, and I like peanut butter, so it's got a lot of good fat and a lot of calories in there. Oh, one thing I did to bump up these calories, oh, and I didn't tell you how many calories are in them. in the ramen bomb with Spam and a tablespoon of olive oil, 910 calories. So right there, that's it. That's money. And so the olive oil, I bring a little bit of olive oil and put about a tablespoon in all the meals just to bump up the calories. Another thing you could do on these protein drinks, I've seen some guys, they put MCT oil in it. It's a coconut oil. I'm not too familiar with it. I read the reviews on it, and it's not anything I wanted to mess with in the mountains. It can give you a pretty bad case of diarrhea and stomach cramps and everything else that's you don't want to deal with on a hunt or any time really. So if you go the MCT oil route, try it for an extended period of time before you go to the mountains. One of the things I tried freezer bag cooking that did not work out so well was macaroni and cheese. The noodles, they just never got really soft. I ate them because I was hungry, but not the best. I've heard you can take those microwavable little styrofoam bowls and dump those in, and there's like a little white powder in there that does something that aids in cooking it without having to boil it. So I'm going to try that because macaroni and cheese and Spam, that was good. I also tried these Idaho and potato soup packs, and I didn't use enough water, so it didn't cook up the greatest, and I tried to do it right in this bag. So I just ripped it off, poured my boiling water in, and put it in my cup, my pot, and let it sit. They're good. They're definitely good, and there's like almost 900 calories in one bag of this, so you know, another scoop or another shot of olive oil and you'll be at 1,000 calories for a dinner. I don't know if you could eat the whole bag. I couldn't, but that's another option for dinners. You know, the different meat options, tuna, salmon, and your ramen bombs, it'll affect your calorie count because there's quite a bit less calories in these than there is in that Spam. So the ramen bomb with tuna would be like 790 calories with your olive oil. So, and then another thing I had with dinner typically was like a mug of hot cocoa, and that's about 100 calories and half an ounce. So that all worked out really good. Drink mixes, I like to take some kind of drink mix during the day. I've used this Optimum Nutrition Amino Energy. I've used Mountain Ops Enduros are really good, and they come in them little field packs, so they work out really well. But some kind of drink mix during the day. You know, not a lot of calories that are going to add up to much, but you know, the amino energy, the aminos, everything like that gives you energy, keeps you going. One of the things I just seen on one of the Gritty Bowman podcasts Aaron Snyder does, he takes a pre-workout and puts it in like with his kill kit or his possibles pouch for packs out. I'm going to do that, have that with packing out that bear. I realized, man, a pre-workout just to give you that extra boost, because after you got done cleaning it, bagging everything up, and then you got to pack out, I was pretty whooped. So a couple shots of a pre-workout, kick you in the butt. I use First Form Megawatt V2, and you know, 2 scoops of this and you're wired. So that's something I'm gonna do. You know, just bring 2 scoops and put it in whatever, and just keep that. So that's not included in the weight. But so 1 pound, 1.2 pounds per day is a huge weight savings over what I took when I went to Colorado last time. So I'm really happy with this meal plan that I have laid out. You know, you could go the pre-made dinner way, Mountain House. I've never even tried a Mountain House. I do plan on trying one just to throw one in to mix it up. But my idea on meals is simple and cheap. when I went to Colorado, I tried a few Heather's Choice off of recommendations from other podcasts and other people, and you know, they're expensive, but they're good for you, I guess. But I don't care about grass-fed, non-GMO, gluten-free, blah blah blah. As you can tell, ramen noodles and dried potatoes are, to me, were a better meal than that, and a lot cheaper. I did like the Heather's Choice dark chocolate chili. That was good, and the packaroons. Tried 2 or 3 different types of the packaroons. They were all good. If you like coconuts, and they had like 450 calories or something like that for one pack, so there's a lot of calories in them. Her breakfast, I tried 2 of her different breakfasts, and I couldn't stomach either one of them. I don't know if it's the buckwheat or the hemp seed. I don't know. I've never had either one outside of her stuff. So definitely try that if you get it. Try it before you go, because like I said, I was starving to death one morning, and that's all I had for breakfast, and about 2 spoonfuls, and that was all I could even stomach. So like I said, if you go that route, if you go any route, try your meals before you go. But yeah, so that's what I ended up using for my meals. Really happy with how everything turned out, and that's about all I've got. So if you guys have any questions on meals or food or whatever, either put them in the comments. I do recommend checking out some of them Appalachian Trail videos. There's a ton of meals on there. Look into the freezer bag cooking. That's a game changer for me. And try the protein stuff for breakfast. See what you think. And just thank you guys for watching. I just seen my elk backpacking videos over 1,000 views. That's pretty crazy. And just thank you guys, and hope everybody takes care, and we'll see you in the mountains.